So this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I always talk about how Fallout New Vegas modding is so good. Like, it's so much better than Fallout 4, at least in my eyes. Obviously, it's much more mature, had a lot more years put into it, but just in general, some of the quality and content coming out for Fallout New Vegas, or that really did come out for Fallout New Vegas, just seemed to be a little bit better than that for Fallout 4. So today I'm going to attempt to back up some of those claims. I'm going to show you 4 mods for Fallout New Vegas that really only exist for Fallout New Vegas, but could exist for Fallout 4, and I think would really be good in Fallout 4. It is not possible to port mods directly from Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4, but if you do have a weapon model and custom sounds, you could kind of use those assets to create a new mod without having to work from the ground up, but that's not really what this video is about. It's more of just 4 examples of mods that I think would really be a huge addition to Fallout 4 modding, and really just mods that it's really missing. Stuff that really does highlight Fallout New Vegas as being a pinnacle of modding, while Fallout 4 is lacking them, making it not seem as much of a pinnacle. Well, that being said, if you guys do enjoy the video, I encourage you to consider subscribing, but with that, let's just jump straight into it. So up first, we do have XRE cars. This was a crazy mod for Fallout New Vegas. I actually remember following the progress of this personally because I just thought it was such an interesting project back when I played Fallout New Vegas. What this adds in is basically fully functioning cars into Fallout New Vegas, and even the ability to add in your own custom cars so different community members could just enhance the mod and expand on it. For each mod I do show you today, the video will be from the mod author, so that's what's in the background. Links in the description to those if you want to check out the fuller versions or just the mod itself. Regardless, as you can see again, this does look really cool, and I think this would be an awesome mod for Fallout 4. Obviously, this is a really big kind of achievement for modding of a video game. This is something that really wasn't capable in Fallout New Vegas. There was no kind of dependency you could build off of to make this easy. This was definitely something that was a huge undertaking, and fortunately, I think it came out pretty well. I feel like this would be awesome for Fallout 4 simply because traveling isn't everyone's cup of tea. I don't personally really like walking everywhere. I wish there was kind of a way to just make it marginally faster. We have had some minor attempts at this, some of the different people making motorbikes that do work, but obviously it's not up to the quality or par that this one is. Those were a little glitchy and even a little wonky, and you definitely couldn't hit into enemies and have them fall over. That's an awesome feature, and really just running people down would be pretty cool. All around, again, a very huge undertaking as far as modding goes, and really just, I think, a very well executed mod that otherwise could have been really glitchy and buggy. So then we do have the monster mod. What this is going to add in is a ton of new creatures into Fallout New Vegas, kind of just really vastly expanding the amount of NPCs available and the NPC encounters you can have. This adds in 130 brand new creatures into the game, and again, it really is a pretty expansive and high quality mod that honestly I think is a huge improvement. It's a mod like this that we really lack almost entirely for Fallout 4. If you look around, there are really no options as far as like, hey, I just want some new NPCs in my world. There's some retextures out there, but even mods that kind of take some of the DLC NPCs and set them to spawn in the vanilla world are pretty few and far between. There's some mods like Endless Warfare and NPCs Travel that have a similar effect, but they are just reusing some vanilla assets. They're not actually adding anything new into the game, which is something I think is very cool. With Monster Mod installed, when you explore, you actually have a totally new and unique experience. You're seeing a mix of vanilla creatures as well as a bunch of new creatures that you don't really know how to combat. It's like you're playing the game for the first time again when you encounter each and every one of those. All around, this is one of those mods that obviously in itself is a very large mod, but I think has an even larger impact on the game. It really does change your experience as you encounter and experience all these different monsters, and I think that's a really cool effect and something I really wish again we had for Fallout 4. Next up, we have a mod you probably have heard of. This is one of the biggest mods for Fallout New Vegas, and that's going to be New Vegas Bounties. There are 3 editions of this mod, Bounties 1, 2, and 3, each adding in new quests and bounties and basically people for you to take down. So again, what this mod's going to add in is a bunch of different NPCs or groups of NPCs that you get a quest and you have to go take them down or kill them or capture them or whatever options you do have as far as that quest goes, and then you get a payment at the end. They do get progressively harder, so you kind of have to learn as you go, and it really gives you a lot of different options as far as your character goes and just really how you want to kill those people. You can slap them down, you could go up and beat them down with your bare fist, or you could shoot them down in a normal fashion with maybe a companion or 2. We have mods kind of similar to this, adding in new high-level enemies around Fallout 4, but nothing that really has a bounty system like this one does, and definitely not one that's as high quality with all the custom voice work and everything like that. But really, the real reason I think this mod is so cool, and the real reason I use it as an example of something we're missing from Fallout 4, is just the amount of gameplay and extra hours it adds to the game. It's a relatively simple thing. You're adding in new NPCs at certain locations. Of course, the voice work is kind of an added extra. I don't even think it's necessary to make this mod great. It just really sets it to the next level. But the amount of extra hours this adds to Fallout New Vegas that are fun, and getting to use your character, getting to use all those skill points and weapons you dumped hours into getting and crafting, and just it gives you a new and rewarding experience in the game, and it's something that's just very cool, and again, something that Fallout 4 modding hasn't really tackled yet. There's a lot of cool mods out there, a lot of cool weapon mods out there, but what you have to do with them is kind of just play the normal game again. There isn't a ton in the way of totally custom content or totally new content that mods do add in, and that's something I really would love to see in the future. And I think that's going to be integral for the longevity and really just survivability of the game over the long term. Regardless, New Vegas Bounties is again a really popular mod, and honestly one of the best mods to come out for Fallout New Vegas. So last but certainly not least, we have Weapons of the New Millenia. This is going to be a mod by Millenia. He's a pretty popular mod author. He has made a few mods for Fallout 4 and actually has a number of work in progress mods. Fallout 4 undoubtedly has a ton of weapon mods. What the Weapons of the New Millenia adds in is a massive weapon mod pack, each and every weapon being very high quality and having a lot of detail put into it. There's actually 62 new guns added in by this mod, so that's pretty massive, unparalleled to anything in Fallout 4 right now, but obviously this took a number of years to compile and really just build all these mods from the ground up. Regardless, even though we're almost a year and a half into Fallout 4, we don't have many options as far as weapon pack goes. If you want to have a totally new weapon experience, you're going to have to download 20 to 30 new weapon mods, each individual files that are undoubtedly very high quality, but really not adding much to the game on their own. There are some mods like Weaponsmith, but one, they're not on Xbox One, and two, I don't think they're particularly high quality. A lot of those mods aren't the greatest, and I feel like someone really needs to come along and just have a very nice curated list of weapon mods. Hell, maybe I should do it. Regardless, we do have modern firearms, but that has in time become, I think, too much luggage. There's just too many additional features added on to that mod. It makes the game feel different, and too much so. That's not what I want from a weapon mod. I want one that's going to make me see new and cool guns and just have a slightly modified experience, not a totally different combat style. And then of course is Doom-based weapons, but that honestly doesn't compare to this one, and frankly it hasn't even been updated with some of his latest weapons, which is a bit unfortunate, but I feel like that's the only real option we have right now, and that only adds in like 7 guns. 7 very cool guns, but they're not even the highest quality. There are some alternatives nowadays that are coming out with more custom animations and newer custom sounds. It's kind of a weird dilemma because there are a ton of really high quality weapon mods undoubtedly for Fallout 4. There's not a ton of high quality weapon packs though. We actually have very few options in the way of weapon packs. There's only like 4 or 5 total out there right now. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Hopefully you guys did find this informative or enjoyable. Hopefully you had a little bit of a nostalgia effect with the whole Fallout New Vegas footage. And here's a little challenge. Can anyone here tell me what the background on some of those videos was from? Like the little white background that said Fallout 4 in the corner. What video was that made for originally? If you get that right and comment it down below, I don't know, that'd just be pretty crazy. But if you did watch to this point in the video, let me know by commenting dog down below. And not just any dog, but wiener dog. I actually have this big eraser wiener dog that sits at the top of my desk. It's pretty cool. I personally find it to be very entertaining, and it really just brightens my day each and every day. I do hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.